Hi, I'm Vooght, author of DMT, Deities, Myth and Tryptamines, in which we discover an inexplicable number of commonalities between ancient gods of resurrection, Jesus and Osiris. And with good reason too. The Bible even states as such when recalling the words of God. It is out of Egypt I have called my son. Jesus, we are told, is the Son of God, and the Bible is extremely specific when stating the notion that God is light. The Bible also describes Jesus as the Amen, and Amen is synonymous with Amun. Amun-Ra being the ancient Egyptian solar deity or god of light who is symbolic of the pyramid. The Great Pyramid is encoded with a plethora of measurements which are fundamental to mathematics and our understanding of our place in both space and time. But we also understand that its angles of incline are the same as those required to perceive a rainbow. And it's here where the etymology of Osiris becomes extremely revealing. Os carries a number of otherwise hidden meanings, the most revealing being God and open. Iris, however, is ancient Greek for the word rainbow, and it is also associated with the human eye. We find that Osiris's physical attributes also share a great deal in common with the photoreceptors within the human eye and the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the light receptor of the body, and rather astonishingly, it's connected to the optic thalamus, which almost completely renders it a third eye. And the allegorical nature of the Bible makes more sense to envisage what's being described when Jesus says, "When thine eye be single, thy body shall be filled with light." The pineal gland's scientific name is epiphysis cerebri, the root of which we find the word epiphany, meaning a moment of divine inspiration from within the midst of one's mind's eye. And just like an eye, it also contains rods and cones. The cones of which are shaped like the headdress of Osiris are actually responsible for converting photons of light into minute electrical stimuli from which the brain renders our three-dimensional exterior reality. And like Osiris, the chief photoreceptor is green in colour. And as if to reinforce the hypothesis further, Osiris' son Horus is considered a falcon deity, falcons being known for their extraordinary vision. As we understand it, human vision accounts for a minuscule 0.0035% of the electromagnetic spectrum, the remaining 99.9% entirely invisible to our everyday ocular capacity. Terence McKenna once described DMT as a reality switch, whereby the practitioner or breakthrough psychonaut would become somewhat privy to an otherwise invisible mindscape which exists around us but deemed unobservable within the scope of the visual spectrum. Could this otherworldly experience then be likened to the ancient Egyptian duat, or underworld, which they describe as being inhabited by gods and entities? The commonalities are there for all to see. The ancient Egyptian Book of Two Ways describes the soul's journey through a number of otherworldly gateways, which are classically guarded by spirits and entities which appear to hold a lot in common with the so-called DMT breakthrough experience. The DMT experience is often spoke of in terms of ego dissolution, whereby the practitioner would classically be subjected to a mini-death. For all intended purposes, this whistle-stop tour of the cosmos sees us becoming gods and being given the keys to understanding the nature of our own temporal existence, all before realizing a reality-shattering and spiritual resurrection, just like Jesus and Osiris before him. So, could there be more to the myth than meets the eye? I believe so. Once again, I'm Vooght. Deities, Myth and Tryptamines is available via Amazon, and to follow this continuing research, you can also find me via Facebook, Instagram and Twitter via @VootRN. Please like and subscribe. That's the spirit.